Hello, my name is Dua Zazu. I am 24 years old. I have graduated from Faculty of Education English Department. I'm a student of Spoke Academy for Language. And now I'm going to take you a tour around the famous sites in Egypt. I hope to enjoy that. Egypt has been always a country of tourism, where Europeans used to visit and see its antiquities dating back to the various eras and civilizations. There are scores of unique tourist destinations such as Sharm el-Sheikh, Hurghada, Safaga, and others. Moreover, Egypt is renowned for therapeutical and environmental tourism, as well as other kinds such as safari, conferences, and sports. And now I'm going to talk about the most famous sites in Egypt is the River Nile. The River Nile is the longest in the world, stretching for 4,187 miles. The Nile flows from south to north and is formed by three major tributaries: the White Nile, the Blue Nile, and the Atbara. In the north of Cairo, the Nile splits into two branches, the Rosetta branch to the west and the Damietta to the east. And Lake Nasser, which is a man-made lake created by the construction of the Aswan High Dam, opened in 1971, which built to regulate the flow of the River Nile. Then another one from the famous sites in Egypt is the Egyptian Museum. The Egyptian Museum was first built in Pula in 1891. It was moved to Giza Palace of Ismail Pasha, which housed the antiquities that were later moved to the present building. The Egyptian Museum is situated at Tahrir Square in Cairo. It was built during the reign of Khidawi Abbas Hilmi II in 1897 and opened on 15th November 92. In the ground floor there are the huge statues. The upper floor houses small statues, jewels, Tutankhamun treasures, and the mummies. The museum also comprises a photography section and a large library. The Egyptian Museum comprises many sections arranged in chronological order. A hall for the royal mummies was opened at the museum, housing 11 kings and queens. More than 1.5 million tourists visit the museum annually, in addition to 500,000 Egyptians. Another very famous site in Egypt is Cairo Tower. Cairo Tower is one of the most outstanding attractions of the modern Cairo. The Cairo Tower is a freestanding concrete TV tower in Cairo, Egypt. It stands in the Masjid district on Gezira Island in the River Nile in the city center. At 187 meters, it is the tallest all-concrete structure in the world with no steel beams or columns. The Cairo Tower was constructed from 1956 to 1961, reportedly to convince the world that the nation had the capability to construct the Aswan Dam, and 500 workers were needed to construct the tower. Its partially open lattice work design is intended to evoke a lotus plant. The tower is crowned by an observation deck and restaurant. The tower is 14 meters in diameter and rests on a steel reinforced concrete slab. You can see all Egypt from the top of the tower by Google, especially the Great Pyramids. There are no more famous ancient sites within Egypt, or for that matter elsewhere in the world, than the Great Pyramids at Giza. They are without question the icon most associated with the Egypt. They have been both the main destination for tourists and a source of imaginative thought to the world for over 3,000 years. And the Sphinx is a creature with a human head and lion's body which expresses peace and force. The name Sphinx means triangular, was first given by the Greeks to a fabulous creature which had the head of a woman and the body of a lion and the wings of a bird. The Sphinx appears to have started in Egypt in the form of a sun god. The Egyptian Sphinx is usually a head of a king wearing his headdress and the body of a lion. The body is 200 feet 60 meters in length and 65 feet 20 meters in tall. One of Cairo's most popular tourist attractions is the Citadel. The Citadel began its life not as great military base of operations but as the Dome of the Wind. In 1176, Salah ad-Din fortified the area to protect it against attacks by the Crusades. The citadel actually consists of three main sections surrounded by their own walls with towers and gates. These consist of the lower enclosure, the northern enclosure, and the southern enclosure, which is the citadel proper al-Qal'a. The two main gates are on the north, Bab al-Jadid, and south, Bab al-Gabil. Partially when viewed from the backside, the citadel reveals a very medieval character. Cairo is the capital of Egypt. Popular attraction of Cairo includes Khan Khalili markets. It's one of the largest markets in the world, which attracts both locals and international tourists. This is a great place to put exotic perfume, bottles, Arabic clothing, and other souvenirs, as long as you can discover the sweetness of Cairo. I would eventually like to enjoy that. That would be my ultimate ambition. Thank you very much. Bye bye.